Good morning, everybody. So, this is a different type of story time. My name is Miss Lindsay, and welcome. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there today, so I decided to present you with a virtual Christmas story time. But before we get started, let's start with a song. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, shout hooray, hooray. If you're ready for a story, shout hooray, hooray. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, shout hooray, hooray. All right, let's get started with our special Christmas story. And this one is called the classic The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore, illustrated by Charles Santore. And parents, you might know this. This one is a special classic. The Night Before Christmas. Here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even... Where's that mouse? A mouse! There he is! Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Shh. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. So, here are the stockings hung by the chimney, in hopes that... Who is St. Nicholas? Oh, that's another name for Santa Claus. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. So, it's time for bed, everybody. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. So they were nice and snug. There was such a clatter, I sprang from the bed. What was the matter? Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. So let's see. Let's take a peek outside. Whoop. There we go. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. So it is nice and snowy. Whoops. Let's see what's on the other side here. Okay, here we go. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Who is that? Somebody's coming. A miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. There we go. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick, or as he's also called Santa Claus. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Let's see if we can name them. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, on Blitzen. What do you recall? Just kidding. There we go. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away, y'all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So off they go. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. So there they go. They're up on the rooftop with all the toys. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. So there he is, came down from the chimney, and there he is. There's Santa. There we go. Make sure we're all ready. He was dressed in all fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. Uh-oh, he got a little dirty coming down that chimney, but he's ready to go. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, oh, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. Okay. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. Ooh. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. So his work was all done. It was time to go. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. So he's all finished. Time to go. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." The end. So, let's wrap things up with one more song. If you love today's story, clap your hands. If you love today's story, clap your hands. If you love today's story, if you love today's story, if you love today's story, clap your hands. Well, thank you very much for joining me today for this special virtual story time. I will see you guys after the holidays. Bye-bye, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.